What's going on, brother? It is
Oh, same
Wacky
old.
Wednesday, and we are live.
I'm so excited to be here again.
Heck yeah, man. It is good to have you back, buddy. Missed you last week. I know you were celebrating your birthday. Hopefully, you had a good birthday, man.
Yeah, it was a good birthday, man. I can't complain. And I don't feel any older. I feel just as old as I've always felt. So things are going good.
Well, that's always a good thing. Well, it's always good to have you on, brother. I'm excited for our next guest. Um, what's going on? Let's go ahead and say hello to who everybody got on. We got Hero Stock in the house, Mr. Jason
Heck
Simon
yeah.
himself. What's up, buddy? Welcome in.
The man, the
I'm
myth, the
excited.
legend, Jason 316.
Yeah, man. I'm excited for this show. It's going to be a great one, and always excited to have the hypotheticals. But you ready to bring on our next guest?
Let's hear from him, man. I'm excited
All
about
right.
this. This is
Our
going to be
next
cool.
guest is from Stack Up. Let's go ahead and meet Steve. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Gentlemen, hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me on, Brian. Appreciate it.
Steve, I appreciate you being on. I would love for you to share what your nonprofit does. I myself got to, be a recipient of a computer from your guys' organization, and couldn't be more thankful. And I got the opportunity to check out your guys' place, and fell in love with it as a gamer. So let's hear from Steve. Let's talk to Steve.
So yeah, hey, my name's Steve Machuga. I'm the CEO over at StackUp. We're a military charity. We support U.S. and allied veterans through gaming and geek culture. So you think about Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, any recreations or hobbies that get guys and gals excited and hanging out with one another. And that's generally what it is we do. We're more along the lines of gaming. So we have four main programs we do that with. We have our supply crates, where is where we all started, where we box up games and gear and send them to units deployed forward, guys recovering in military hospitals, and nowadays taking care of folks and units back home that are kind of struggling. We have our air assault program where we fly disabled or deserving veterans to various gaming and geek culture events like Disney and Comic Con and once upon a time E3. I still say E3, but E3 is kind of like. We have our Stacks program. We got about 30 teams nationwide that do volunteer work in their communities. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we have our 24/7 suicide prevention team online through Discord, which is a chat client for gamers. It's called Overwatch. And we have trained volunteers ready to interact with anybody who needs somebody to talk with in the dead of night, kind of free of charge for veterans and just somebody to talk with in this day and age where it's $200 an hour to go get mental health anywhere else, to sit down with somebody. So we just opened up our headquarters in Los Angeles back in May of last year. I keep saying like we just opened our headquarters. It's been 18 months. So went quick. So yeah, that's us.
Yeah, well, let's kind of deep dive a little bit more into. We'll kind of share your guys' website. I had that brought up. Kind of go through that so we could kind of run through a little bit more. And also, I have some pictures I would love to share. So we'll kind of go a little bit through the website.
Alrighty. That's
who we are. And so you talked about the different programs. So here's the supply crates and stuff. Let's, I guess, talk more about that kind of stuff.
I mean, all right. So this is where it all kind of started with me. I was working in DC as a government contractor. I was making really good money, and I was just not happy with my life. And I started doing charity work on the weekends. And my gunner in Iraq redeployed to Afghanistan. This is after I'd gotten out. And he redeployed to Afghanistan, and he was bored, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I know you have I was a games blogger at the time, I had a podcast myself and all that stuff." And he was like, "Hey, you have some contacts in the games industry. Can you reach out and get us an Xbox or something? Because we're losing our minds over here." And so I did. And the response we got back, this is 2009 at the time. The response we got back was just breathtaking. Just pallets of stuff showed up at my house. And it was like, okay, well, we got, so I went over the wish list that he'd come up with, the things that he wanted, and kind of backstopped it with whatever, my own money, and bought what we needed and packaged up a bunch of it and sent it overseas to them. And we got back, when I say it was me at the time, but it was just, I got back all these amazing pictures of, guys doing a Guitar Hero, competition against the side. They were using a stolen briefing projector, and they were having a Guitar Hero competition in Afghanistan. It was like one of these, oh, that's fantastic. But, you get one Joe an Xbox, and then suddenly I started getting emails from other guys and other units like, hey, can you take care of 135 fires too? And like, we could use an Xbox too. And I still had plenty of stuff left. And I was like, oh, all right, there's something. Like, I was like, hey, there's something here. And so I kept doing it, and it kind of fell in love with it, and realized that I was put on this planet to help other people, which was definitely a surprise. I was definitely not that guy. I was very selfish and kind of only looking out for myself and taking care of myself and my family, and everybody else could go pound sand. And then I started working with other people, and there's just something about giving back to people who really, really need it. And it's intoxicating. So here we are 12 years later doing this, and I'm a different person, and I love what I do, and this is full time for me, and I love it.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
I'm glad to hear that, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the air assault is where you all expenses are paid, trips for veterans to attend gaming and geek culture events. How
Yeah,
awesome.
those are a little trickier to pull off. They're very expensive, but yeah, they're a lot of fun when we get we get guys when we actually have air assault trips sponsored and have it all paid for. Then they're a great series of events. The nice thing about having the community center in Los Angeles here now is we have a place that we can use as kind of I say community center. It's just it's a mansion. It's like an esports team house where it's 6-bedroom into a community center. So we've been using that as our launch pad to bring guys out to Los Angeles, do all kinds of cool stuff out here. Take them to Universal, go down to Scum and Villainy bar at downtown, and go to the Funko Pop store and things like that. Just random stuff. So, but we now have a place that we can bring. We have this really cool adult tree fort in Los Angeles that we can bring guys out to now. That it's really saving our bottom line. Like, it's cutting a lot of costs out. Having to get hotels and Airbnbs all over the place, and it's great. So yeah, that's our air assault program.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Has gaming always been something that you've been dedicated to, that you've always loved doing?
Yeah, that was the one constant, the through line in my entire life is no matter what I was doing, high school, college, bad jobs, good jobs, military, deployed forward. I would always come back to whatever hooch or place that I had a gaming system set up at, and I would be playing games as my escape. And I love it. I love gaming to this day, and I will never get tired of it. I don't think my backlog of games I'm supposed to play is just out the door right now. Cause it's a funny thing, running a gaming charity, the joke is like, oh, you must play all kinds of games. It's like, yeah, I send emails, take phone calls, and like do interviews, like take meetings. It's a job. It's a full-time job, and it's extremely,
right.
It takes me away from gaming in a way that I never would have imagined. They say don't make your hobby your job, but it is a good middle of the road. Like, I'm glad that I'm still doing amazing stuff with the organization. So I'm glad I have it. So trust me, I'm not, beats the hell out of the coal mines. Right. So
I'm sure
I'm not complaining. It's just one of those, man, remember when I could use just come home at 5 o'clock and not think about anything and be done for the day and turn my, email off, and like, yeah, those days are over. Anybody running their own thing knows that, like, no, there's no days off. If you want this to work in this economy, there are no days off, and you better be working 12 hours a day, because you're just shoveling coal into the fire every single day.
Well, I'm sure.
I bet. So let's talk about how people can help, or, how does that all work in terms of, helping you guys out and things like that to make you guys work?
I mean, obviously the big answer there is, donations obviously help out. That's an easy one. We could always use volunteers. People are interested in figuring out how they can get involved, or kind of like what you were just asking, like, how can I do more? How can I support from where I'm at? We can always use more volunteers out there in the world, like getting more of our Stacks program, people that are doing stuff locally. There's dozens upon dozens of places that I'd love to have Stacks at that would make our lives easier, doing events and things like that. So but it's just a community based thing. It's tough. Again, asking people to do anything for free anymore is just it's getting hard. It's a hard conversation to have because the economy is just such in the toilet right now. So it's I need 3 jobs and I got to drive Uber at night, and it's just like, all right, well, can you also volunteer for this organization that I'm running? It's tough. So
especially here in California, no doubt.
Mhm.
It is tough. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, until we opened Phalanx House, I had 4 roommates, and I'm like, I am way too old to be yelling at people about drinking my milk out of the refrigerator. It's like one of these guys, but it's the only way you can live out here. You either have a roommate or somebody else helping, you're either married or have a girlfriend or somebody that can help with the bills. It's because it's physically impossible to live by yourself out here.
And if it makes you feel any better, it's that way across the country. I mean,
I don't doubt it. It's just, I know I'm boohoo in the Los Angeles Valley. Like it's
trying to find volunteers across the country right now is almost impossible. I mean, it just is. I mean, that's what the economy's done to it. So it's a wild world we live in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
And so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and check out some of these photos that I have from there, and you can kind of talk about some of these in general. So right when you walk in the house, it's kind of what you see. Pretty cool illustration there.
Yeah, that's our mural, obviously. So people have asked why Phalanx, why is that the name for the organ, like this house that you've put together. First off, it's a lot easier than just going, oh, it's the house. It was the code name for this whole project 2 years ago. Well, now 3 years ago, when we had discussed doing this, it was our code name to like talk about it in front of people was Phalanx. We had a board member at the time who was named Matt Hafey, who's the lead singer for a band called Trivium, and they had a song called Phalanx. And it was one of these, like, that album came out at the time that we were talking about this. And I was like, oh, Phalanx is another military formation, like a stack. Let's call it that. And it just kind of stuck. So, it just turned into Phalanx House. So, that's our I Love Me wall right there. We got a bunch of flags that have been hung out of various aircraft and people that have thanked us. And then you obviously saw all the challenge coins we've collected. And then up top, people that have sent in their patches from units that they've gotten support from us across all over the world. So we're slowly adding to that over time. The coins come in a lot faster. You would think the patches would come in a lot faster, but we get coins like all the time. So we're going to need more space here pretty shortly.
That's awesome. And the signatures on the wall, I get to sign the wall myself.
Yeah, anybody who we've supported with the house in some capacity, we have them sign the wall as like hey, this is an awesome thing that we, hearkening back to anybody who's deployed forward and spent any time in a porta-john. It's like so right. It's like, I'm a big comedy nerd, and I love the Comedy Store, how they have all the signatures of all the comedians all over the place. So it was like one of those, let's do that here for the house, and we'll just go ahead and just get all the walls covered in signatures. Eventually, someday, all the white space should be filled up on those walls there. So,
like that, that's ambition right there.
Yeah, we're working on it. We've served in the last 18 months. We just hit our 1,000th person through the house a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
So
it's probably where you're sitting right now on your guys' podcast.
Surprisingly not. Actually, we're revamping. No, we're revamping that room right now so we can get it set up for 4-person co-op games. Wow. What I got into here, I'm coughing my ass off over here. But we decked it out for 4-person streaming now. So we're gonna do 4-person co-op game streams like Call of Duty and Fortnite and Dead by Daylight and things like that. So
love that.
But there's our regular LAN setup right there where we have 5v5. It's a 5v5 setup for like esports and things like that. If guys want to play against one another, but there's 10 gaming computers set up at those stations right there, and just guys can come in and play whatever they want to play. And
that's awesome. This is basically the living room area.
Yeah, and you can see where the rest of the mural of budget went there. We had some left over, and it was kind of like, hey, we got some. Can you put this like? I had this quote banging around my head at the time. It's the it's the snarky E4. You're welcome for my service kind of thing, and that usually when people turn the corner and they see that over top of the living room area, they burst into laughter. They're like, okay, if you get it, it's like one of these. And then the quote is literally "You're welcome for my service," and then the person it's attributed to is some E4 somewhere probably. So, and that's literally what it just comes down to. But yeah, that gets a good big chuckle out of guys coming in the house.
I genuinely assumed that's where all the budget went, was just that
all of it. Yeah, just paint.
Yeah.
No, it was for the mural in the front of the house. They were ahead of schedule, and they're like, "Well, do you want anything else done?" And I'm like, "Actually, while you're here." So yeah.
Everybody loves that sign, by the way.
Which one?
The one.
That one. Yeah.
My service. I love it. So basically, this is the other wall when you're sitting down in those chairs. This is what you look at.
Yeah, just a bunch of like all of our gaming platform stuff, and then tchotchkes that we've collected and people have sent us. Like the top there, there's a bunch of like those were hats that somebody picked up from Vietnam. The rice paddy worker hats, and then a Viet Cong officer's hat. And there's just like, and then I had some. Babushka, the rabbit fur. I can't think of the name of it off of my head. The Russian, God, what's it called? Not Rybionka. I can't think of what they're called, but the Russian fur hats.
Your guess is better than mine.
But just random little tchotchkes there. On the right, there's an arcade machine. That arcade machine is a Raspberry Pi that has like 17,000 games on. There it is. Yeah. So that's from the arcade guys. I tell everybody about this organization because they're great. Very it's 17,000 games. If you've played it in an arcade or in a on a gaming console, it's there somewhere, and I call it the nostalgia machine right there. So yeah, it's great. Our kitchen area, we usually have there's board games, a couple board games there. We have more board games out. He's going through literally walking step by step through the house right now.
Exactly. I set it up in a way.
Yeah,
as I remember walking through.
Yeah, burrs.
Yep, and then
there we go. Our pool and jacuzzi area out back. There's all right. It's not a good shot, but you can kind of see that's it's a solarium that we've turned into a Dungeons and Dragons annex, like board gaming annex out back. So I don't know if you got a picture of the inside of it or not.
No, I think I did, but the way they all uploaded, I don't think I got every single one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, again, it gets the idea. It's just a giant Knights of the Round Table, with a DM set up at one end of it. So where we do all of our Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, and we got guys out there right now as we're doing this painting miniatures. So there's been a push to do Warhammer 40K in the house, and so now everybody's like, well, now we gotta paint all these miniatures. So,
and there I am receiving mine. Yeah,
there's this guy.
That is a handsome gentleman right there.
So that picture, we had a donation of a pile of PCs from Riot Games, who are the guys that make League of Legends and Valorant and a couple other titles, and they were just cleaning house. And one man's trash is another man's treasure. They've got like 2,000 employees, so they go through hardware pretty quickly. And they're like, "We got to get rid of these machines. You know what we could do with them?" I'm like, "I know what we could do with them." So happily, we got over 150 of them. We've been slowly giving them out to different organizations and people and veterans communities out there, and just guys in need who don't have a desktop solution, never have had a desktop, or I've been using a MacBook since 2015. I've never had a desktop. It's like, well, all right, we'll take care of you. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great being able to just randomly reach out and take care of people like that, where it's just like, here's this, here's a $1,500 computer. Here you go.
That's incredible.
So but
what a blessing.
Yeah, you never know. Again, just being it's the being in Los Angeles conversation. Here's $150,000 in computers. Here you go. Do what you want with it. We were going to throw them all in a landfill. It's like, Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, we'll make sure we figure something out here. Like, we can't, that's I shudder to think of the stuff that gets thrown out in landfills that could make
just because they're updating it. Yeah, they're probably,
they're just like, well,
the next year's version came out, so let's go ahead.
Yes.
We'll throw all these ones away. We'll go buy a whole bunch of new ones. That's how
I know
it is, right?
And it's like, oh God, that should be a full-time job over there, just flipping old hardware. There should be a person who's like full job is like eBaying stuff over there, and like it's crazy.
Right.
But they don't do that.
So much money.
I know, but hey, what the hell do I know, right? I'm just a grunt. So,
yeah. Well, Derek, you got any more questions for Steve?
Dude, I got one more. Just because it's the ultimate thing. It's the ultimate debate, right? Like console wars. Where do you stand? I mean, is it PC? Is it PlayStation? Where we stand, man?
When I started,
got a feeling I know, but
okay, no, we'll take a shot then. Who do you think I got? Where do you think I'm at?
I was figuring you're a PC guy.
I am now. I used to when I don't want to say got serious about gaming, but during the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo wars of 2010, I have been an Xbot because I love achievements and I just love, I love that running tally of how you're doing. And it used to change how I'd play games, but nowadays it's like, because of Xbox Game Pass, there, you just play and because I stream, it turns into this, like, it's more advantageous for me to play on these games on computers. And then I have a PlayStation 5 as well for like exclusives, but it's
right.
There aren't enough hours in the day for me to like, I've never understood the console wars. Like, as far as there's just some games, like I've got a Switch. I don't have a problem with that. I don't know what like the people who are so vehemently against another console or platform or like, I've never used an Epic Game Store. It's like, who cares? Like, what does it matter?
Right.
Yeah.
But whatever. Hey, some people have to pick sides and be on a team. And if their team is like, if it's not the Broncos or the Steelers, then it's got to be PlayStation or Xbox. It's like, okay, whatever tribe you want to be in, that's fine.
Yeah, that's how I am, man. I get it. Like, I'll play whatever as long as it's got good games and I can have a good time. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the crazy part is a lot of the games that I play, like I do a lot of the normal stuff, but retro gaming is like, there's a huge push in gaming where it's like all these 8-bit and 16-bit pixelated graphics, and they look amazing. And it's like, I can play this all day, and it doesn't. I don't care how many teraflops your graphics card in your Xbox or PlayStation have anymore, because that used to be the Cold War between the two. It's like, oh, we can, now, native 1080p. It's like, oh, wow. It's like,
yeah, these
guys.
Yeah,
now I can play Banjo Kazooie in 1080p.
Right, exactly.
Like,
what are we doing here,
these guys are streaming now, like on like TikTok and stuff like that, like Mario Brothers and having thousands of viewers, man. I mean, it is very popular now.
It's pretty stupid.
Right. So
we
Steve,
come all this way just to play Pong.
Just to go backwards, yeah.
Steve, how far have you taken the gaming world, though? How serious have you gotten it? Like, have you went into competitions and stuff like that? Or
no. We have
and things like that.
We have people that represent us as an organization. Like, we'll have there's an event coming up in Vegas in June or January called the Battle for Charity and things like that. But that's no, I don't have the skill or time to practice to learn how to become an esports kid. And again, I'm 47 now. I'm ancient at this point. So it's like one of these, my receiving right there. My reflexes are just not where they need to be to keep up with these, 15-year-old prodigies that have been, they sit in a black room all day and play the same game for 12 hours over and over again. It's like, how do you compete with that? So
if you ever need a reminder that you suck at gaming, just get on Call of Duty and you'll realize real quick that you suck at gaming. Like,
I'm not bad.
You got 12-year-olds on there.
Terrible. I mean, I keep up. Yeah, there are definitely a couple times when it's just like, oh, okay, I wasn't even playing the same game as you were. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, I didn't even think about doing. Oh, you just did that and you jumped up there and then you came back around behind me. It's like, oh, okay. By the time I'm like swinging around, like, what was that behind?
That's why I got to play PUBG, man, like the old man,
There you go.
version of it, because the movements are way more, realistic and stuff to me, at least when I play PUBG versus Call of Duty, because them dudes in Call of Duty, they're just so fast with it. You know what I mean? By the time they're getting, well, wow, how did I get knocked?
Oh yeah, what? It's literally within like by the time you figured out that you're down, you're like, what the hell? What? Did I just get one shot? Like how the fuck? But yeah, no, I've started ironically, like, and I never in a million years thought that this would be how my life turned out, but I started playing Fortnite Zero Build, which I was not that guy. I've been shitting on Fortnite for years. Just be like, I don't have
building part.
Yes,
is mainly right.
That's
like
it.
You could
That's
build
it.
Stairway to Heaven.
I don't. It's like I can't shoot at you and build an apartment complex in front of me. I'm just not. I can't multitask like that. And then they put in Zero Build, and now it's just a great shooter with a lot of, and it's goddamn fantastic. And I'm enjoying the shit out of it. It's like, this is great.
I've heard that.
I guess I'm a Fortnite kid again. So
yeah, I've heard that.
Geez. It's
I've
so
been
good.
big into Diablo 4 lately.
There you go. Yep, I did my time with Diablo. I finished the game on hardcore and started doing the season with hardcore, and then I just fell off because I've got 19 other games that I've got backed up right now. There's just not enough time in the day. It's literally, Baldur's Gate
game and all the. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Baldur's Gate's 100 hours. You got Armored Core. There's 50 hours. You got freaking what else? Oh, Starfield. Oh, there's another 100 hours. You just want to knock that out real quick. It's like, and they just keep coming. Assassin's Creed's out tomorrow. What? I don't. How? I don't fuck. Yeah. The DLC. The DLC.
Is that really tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. Because fucking why not?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just been this year of just killer fucking games where it's just like, God, like CD Project Red, freaking Cyberpunk, the DLC just came out loud. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
they've completely revamped it. Yes, it's fantastic. They revamped the game. Idris Elba's in it. It's like, I haven't finished that yet. It's like, it's ridiculous. So,
yeah, man. And so how much have you seen the gaming world change, veterans' lives? I mean, do you feel like it is I could tell you for me, it is a great outlet. It is a great time where you kind of get lost in your game and even connecting with other people all over the world. I've actually had some really close gaming friends that live on like the East Coast,
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a huge piece of when we're supporting people stateside now, they're very much of my buddies are all, all over the place and I can't connect with them anymore, but gaming we play Warzone together every night. It's like, okay, that's,
yep.
That's kind of how it's supposed to go. Like that's kind of why we've been. So we just got invited, ironically, last week to this symposium that's run by the VA, and they're trying to get their hands around esports. Like they're trying to get into the gaming scene. They're trying to figure out veterans in gaming because there's been enough. We have been screaming about it for the last decade. Like, hey guys, this is a great way for post 9/11 veterans to interact. Like you want to get in on them. This is how you do it, because you can do. You've got organizations like the Mission Continues and Team Red, White, and Blue, and it's like, hey, you can go run a marathon and go do, disaster relief somewhere. But when everybody comes home at the end of the day, they're all playing Halo, or they're all playing PUBG, or they're all like. It's a great thing to do with your kids. Like, hey, we're playing Fortnite together. Or, hey, we're playing Minecraft. Or what do you want? Animal Crossing. All right, we'll play it together. Great. It's a great, it's just a conversation starter for everybody, and it keeps people talking. And that's how our suicide prevention team came on, where we're just playing games together in Discord, and you get enough veterans in a room together. Eventually, the conversation will get dark. Dark senses of humor. We're gonna say some shit.
Yeah,
and make everybody go.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think you should be saying that in public. To the point where like, hey, if somebody needs someone to talk with, we just put a room. If you just come on in and we'll talk to you. And then boy, that took off instantly. So it was like one of these, okay, we just stumbled into this backwards, but we've saved people's lives with our stupid little gaming chat. And we know it. We have confirmed saves of guys who've come back, a couple weeks later, a couple months later, and goes, I know you don't know this, or hey, this happened this night, or I'm so glad that I talked to you because I was really going to do it. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about it. So
that's outstanding. I love it, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about Stack Up before we move on to the next segment?
we're getting ready. We're going into Veterans Day. We're 40 days away from Veterans Day, and we're just getting people aware of what we're doing. It's a big fundraising period for us, so we're constantly pushing, like letting people know about what we're up to and what we're doing, and trying to just raise donations, because it has been a year for, the average donation coming in is just plummeted, because again, it's just people don't have it right now. The government isn't handing out $2,000 checks anymore. How about that? And we all got to go back to work, and gas is $6 a gallon. So what do you want to do? So yeah, all that free extra money that people had there for a while is all gone. And so we don't know how we come out of this nosedive here that we've been in for the last year, but I would like to come out of it now. It's been a rough period for everybody involved. So.
Yeah, it is, man. Unfortunately, but I appreciate you, talking about Stack Up. It's, gaming, I can tell you, for me, has been a great therapeutic way of in connecting with a lot of other veterans in general. Just playing. Oh, you were in the, Air Force or Chair Force, or you were in this, and then you just get into it. Like I said, I've gotten exchanged numbers and everything through it. So gaming is a great thing.
Oh, I've been telling it. I tell everybody gaming is now a $250 billion industry every year. And then you got things like in April, we had the Super Mario Brothers movie coming out right after the Dungeons and Dragons movie. And both of them just rocked the box office. So it's like, I don't know how much more you need me to say at this point. Like, this is a thing, and it's not about stuffing nerdy kids in lockers anymore. It's like everybody's doing it. If you're a post 9/11 veteran, you're gaming in some capacity, whether you like it or not. It's on your phone. It's your mom playing Candy Crush. It's like everybody's doing it in some capacity. Gamification is a huge piece of American culture, whether it's all the apps that we have. Everything has games ties to it, because they know that's what gets us excited in some capacity. So this hobby that I've just grew up with just happened to take over the world in a weird way. And I've just been trying to use my powers for good over here. So yeah, that's Stack Up.
Yeah.
Outstanding. All right, well, let's go ahead. If anybody is interested,
Guitar is better. Look at this son of a bitch. Do push-ups.
Guitar
is better.
If you guys want to join in and jump into the hypotheticals, come on in. It is open, and there is the link right there. And we'll get ready for our next part of the show. And what we got going on? Taylor, guitar is better.
Hey fellas.
Hey,
there's an organization out of Milwaukee that's called
Guitars for Vets. That's
there you
Taylor.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taylor is out of Nebraska. She's Guitars for Vets.
She does an amazing job.
I wonder if that's the same connect. Boy, I just talked to somebody. Who the fuck? That's got to be the same org. Is it guitar the number 4 and for vets?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The way their logo is kind of
Milwaukee. There it is. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're on. Yeah. I just we have oh crap, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. He was just at the house telling me about it recently, and we were trying to, because he saw the guitar on the wall. He's a musician, and I can't think of it. God, let me pull up freaking.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. While I'm finding that,
why you?
Yeah, it's
we'll get ready for the
1000%.
next part. Yeah, here we go.
Wacky Wednesdays. Let's get hypothetical.
Stop! Stop! Where did that rat come from?
He must have brought it in with him.
Damn it! Man, is he dumb. Where do they get these subjects?
He's a little too well fed to be a wino. Hey, what's that?
Zoom in on section 8. Rotate 20 degrees.
Mr. Simpson, I'm afraid you have a crayon lodged in your brain.
There's a crayon in my brain?
Oh, you're just going to watch an episode of The Simpsons right there.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's usually what we do.
it makes you
Like-
start wanting to watch it again. Good old Taylor. She's I'll throw people off their game. She's a funny score director.
So Jason Charles Miller is out here in Los Angeles with us. He's a fan of what we're doing. He's done stuff with veterans before. He brought up he was the lead singer of Godhead from back in the day, and now he does his own thing. But he's a big gamer as well. He does a lot of voice acting for games, and he was the one who was telling us about Guitars for Vets. So it's like there's the connection there.
That's outstanding, man.
There.
Sheesh.
Done.
Yeah,
I
word
got
of
it.
mouth.
I got
bada
there.
bing, bada boom.
Like
Well, we're gonna bring in our buddy Scott Fredenberg from Rucking Up for Warriors. He wanted to join us for a little bit of some hypotheticals, and he looks like he's rucking it up.
Oh,
himself.
ruck it up for the. I
boy,
missed the
look at
first.
him.
This is aggressive.
What's up?
All right.
What up, buddy?
Talk about living
What's-
the life.
What's going on? Hey, I tell you what, can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you,
got
man.
you.
So I'm out here just getting in a few miles here. I have my Rocktoberfest kickoff event coming up this Saturday, which Taylor's going to be at playing at our event. So anyways, just catching some free Rocktoberfest miles before the 50-mile challenge starts. So dropped my son off at football practice, got the gear out, and I'm like, hey, I can get like about 4 miles in before his practice is over.
And then I can
Yeah.
carry him on my back on my way home. We're gonna walk home together and then fucking living the
Nice.
life. You know, holy shit,
Right.
this guy.
I gotta let him
crazy.
drive under. I'll let him drive underage because I won't be able to. Just kidding. So
Just
We didn't
kidding.
hear any of that,
He's like,
and this
yeah.
podcast is not. We do not affiliate with.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, hey, glad you could join us, Scott. We're going to go ahead and get into our hypothetical questions. And we're going to go ahead and start it off with something kind of wacky right off rip. If you were a food, what would it be? Steve, what kind of food would you be if you were a food?
I go to either brownie or pizza. 'Cause, I mean, that's just who I am. That's my soul. My soul animals and pan of brownies. Shit, that sounds good right now. Actually, fuck. Shouldn't have
Yeah,
said
it
that.
really does.
Right, man?
Fuck.
Damn. This
Damn
is
it,
going
I
to
was
make
doing
all of us really
Yeah,
hungry.
now it's like, why would you do that, man? Come on. Tried so hard. I got my gallon of water over here, my fucking diet soda. All right, we're getting pizza tonight, boys.
Yeah, right.
Fuck it.
All right, Scott, what about you, brother?
so I'd definitely be a piece of steak because
All right.
in order to be a lean, mean, rucking machine, you got to eat that lean protein and eat steak. So or some wild game like some some deer or something like that, something a little more leaner. But yeah, that's what I'd be eating. That's what I would be.
All right, man. I'm gonna see. I'll keep you kind of on mute while we hold off. Okay. All right. So, what about you, Derek?
Oh, I'd be lasagna for sure. I'd just be a fat turd, man. I would be lasagna for days, man. That's what I would be. Layers and layers of goodness.
Great, man. That sounds weird that I would want to eat you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It's your goddamn question. You should probably think of this before you fucking throw that out there. Boy, I totally eat you right now.
it can get real weird real fast, but we don't call it Wacky Wednesdays for nothing. So
It always does get weird.
it can get weird fast. All right, so for me, I would be a juicy hamburger. You know what I mean? Like,
That boy.
there's a lot of layers of me right there, and I got some juice right up in the middle. So I'm a juicy
A little
hamburger.
pink in the middle.
Yeah, just a small little hint of pink. That's me.
All
All
right.
right, we're gonna go ahead and get on with the next one. Here we go. Here, if you were a teacher, what would you teach? Derek.
Probably history, man. I kind of nerd out over history a little bit. It's just something I've always been interested in. I always get involved in it. Anytime history comes up, anytime I can read about history, anytime I can watch stuff on history, I lose my nuts over it. And then I just dive full retard. I go nuts until I can't learn any more about it. So probably history, man.
Yeah, I would fall asleep in the class, but I like to watch a good documentary of some history. But just to sit there and listen to it, I get bored.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fair.
Scott, what about you, brother?
So mine would be history as well. So, and the reason I say that is because the other day my 12-year-old son, they were learning about Sparta and all the Greek gods and all that stuff, and all I'm thinking was, yeah, I remember all those conversations. Those are some badass dudes, and you know, so I think that'd be the stuff I'd like to teach as far as that goes.
That's fine. Yeah, I guess, with history, it could go either way. You could have some good stuff and some bad stuff. What about you, Steve?
I mean, that seems to be the reoccurring theme, right? Of just history, where it's like, for us, I don't want to say dum-dums, but it's not like I'm like, oh, you know what I should teach is advanced chemistry. It's like, no, I don't have that. Like, no. So, I mean, history is one of those it almost feels like if I would get assigned something to teach, because I mean, I could probably teach anything, but history seems like that could be the most fun for me to figure out, I guess you could say. Like, because I don't, I'm not a math guy. Either that or English. I'm a big writer. So there's definitely writing. I've been writing since I had a computer. So I mean, just keeping journals and blog posts and I very well written. So I could probably do like a composition or something like that class, or English writing or something.
I totally could actually see you being a teacher. You know
Me?
what I mean? Yeah, throw on some frames. Throw on some frames, man. Hey, there. Yeah.
That is an English study right there. That is what that is.
Right. Myself, I think I'm gonna take the easy route on this. Physical education. I would be a PE teacher. That's where I would want to be with it. You know what I mean? Is put me in the physical ed. Hey, we're gonna go lift weights today. Come who's spotting the coach today?
That is another one of those, like, if you had to do something, if you had to teach a class, it's like, all right, you can do that, pull that off. That doesn't take too much work.
Right.
You'd have your hamburger or cheeseburger in hand.
There you go.
Don't eat this, kids. Don't eat this. Run.
Wiping my
Billy, you're
face
falling
up.
behind. You're falling.
Yeah.
You're falling behind. Come on, give me a lap.
Come on, get back on track. Get back on track, man.
Dusting all the crumbs off my belly, like, hey,
what the hell y'all doing out there?
You just ran a 12-minute mile, you slow son of a bitch.
I don't know if you think you're going to go anywhere with that kind of speed,
Right?
I don't know where you think you're
man.
going in life. You ain't going to college. That's where you're not going right now. You better figure it out.
You would be in that, you'd be in the principal's office yourself getting fired so fast. Oh, the kids were saying that you were calling them very slow while you're eating a hamburger.
Susie was out there talking about her cramps and she couldn't run, but we were making her run because, come on, that's bullshit. You and I know that's bullshit, right?
One kid said you called him a jelly donut. I don't know what was going on. It was wild.
It looks like a jelly donut.
All right, here we go. We've got about 10 more minutes, so let's make it good. Here we go. If someone offered you an island where you'd have plenty of food, water for the rest of your life, but no human company, would you take it?
Nah. Oh, sorry. I jumped right in the middle of that one.
No, it's okay. You can go ahead. That's a no for you.
I mean, I'd have to see this island.
Right.
That'd be a hell of an island.
Yeah.
And are we talking like robot butlers or something? Because I mean, they do airdrops for food. I mean, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered before I go, yeah, you know what? How's our internet looking?
Right. You know what I mean?
We got
right.
we got fiber internet out there on this island, or are we fucking?
You're gonna have to learn how to be Einstein a little bit. You're gonna have to learn a couple things while you're out there. Yeah, I don't know, man. For me, myself, I don't think I would take it necessarily either. I do like my alone time, no doubt, but I do got to have some form of entertainment. I think, I mean, I could probably play with some rocks and crayons pretty easily for a while, but you better not just leave me there with some sand.
Brian just ends up with a rock that looks like Wilson from the movie.
That's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he did that.
For sure.
No kidding. Right. Hey, what about you, Scott?
Okay, so I got a question though. Does that mean you're never gonna see anybody ever again?
Yeah, man, you're done. It's a done deal, man. You're by yourself for life.
So no more
Done.
hero stock. Is that what you're saying?
That's it, man. No more hero stock. No more interaction with nobody.
Fuck that, because I'm going to hero stock every year. That's all I got to say.
Right?
So hey, is it too late to change the type of food I would eat?
No, man. It's always available.
That question is closed. Stay on topic.
His belly's talking to him. He's like,
we talked about this, Scott.
You were
What
not.
the fuck? You were steak? You said you were steak, man.
What if I said I wanted to be a crayon?
Hey, man,
I got your attention now, don't I?
right? Sure do. Yeah, so he wants to be a crayon now.
It's only acceptable.
Doesn't
change.
everybody
You can be a
inspired
crayon,
to be
that's
a crayon? All right.
Okay, cool.
Here we go. Our next hypothetical. If you had to wear a mask for the rest of your life, what kind would you wear?
A mask?
Yeah, you got to wear it for the rest of your life.
Oh, that's easy.
All right, what do they go for, Derek? 'Cause
Like,
I'm thinking about
it.
I'd wear a mask to look like Ryan Reynolds.
All right.
I would take his face off.
Yeah, just take Ryan Reynolds' face, put it here. Rest of my life, bingo, bango, man. That's easy.
All right, Steve, what about you, man?
I have no clue. I wouldn't even know where to start with that one. It's like again, more questions than answers here on this one. It's like, is this like a Halloween mask or
It's
is this
whatever
like
mask you want, I mean, I know the requirements I would need in my mask. So
go ahead. Maybe this will.
All right, for me, I do need slits in the mouth area, eye area, if it was one of those like closed masks, like say you're wearing like a like one of those just one of those ones where it has no slits anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't want to wear a mask like that, but I would probably go with more of the lines of like a masquerade type mask. You know what I mean?
So like, just like
it just more or less covers up like this part. You know what I mean? So I kind of look like Zorro all the time.
That's fair. I can see you as Zorro 24/7.
You know what I mean? Shoot, bro. You don't even know. All right. What about you, Scott?
So I don't know. I think I would just want to be a plain white mask that's made out of like a dry erase board material, so people could come and just draw all over my face, and if they don't like what I look like, they can erase that shit and draw a new face on there and stuff like that. So just a plain white mask, and that's got to have the eye holes in the mouth holes because I got to get food and I got to see which people are drawing this stupid shit on my face.
Oh,
so I
man,
kick
let
them
me
and
tell
stuff like
you.
that.
How many cock rockets would you have on that that board? You know what I mean? Especially going through boot camp, going through any military. I mean, how many rockets would end up on your face,
ever.
man?
Maybe. Crap, I can't take that back, can I? That's
No,
my
man.
choice.
You have the wall of dicks on your face. No kidding. Oh, man.
Military humor.
Yeah,
Dude,
no doubt.
it's only
It would
funny
be
to
real
me
bad.
because we had an entire table with just dicks on the bottom of it, and I'm just picturing that on Scott's face now.
on the mask. That'd be on the mask, sir.
Oh man, this went bad as it normally does. So, yeah, way to pick a dry erase board though.
God dang it.
That's a
You set
good.
yourself
That's
up.
a tough one to beat though. That's a really clever one. That's
it
like, what are you
really
like? You
is.
doing what? Try a race board.
Standing by Ryan Reynolds. I just want Ryan Reynolds' face on my face.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mission
man.
Impossible, like Ethan Hunt pull mask off and you're not, Ryan Reynolds under. Yeah, like that
Yeah.
level of. Yeah, sure, let's do that.
I think it'd be funny.
It's like just somebody else's face.
All right. We're going to go ahead. We got 5 more minutes, so we probably got time for at least one more. If you had only one language you could speak besides English, which one would you choose? We'll go with Scott first on this. What do you got, Scott?
I don't know. I feel like I've answered this question before in one of the previous ones that we have done, and I don't think my answer was very good. So, besides English, you know what? I'd like to do sign language. How about that? Does that count?
Yeah, it's another form. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, because I think sign language, just because then I wouldn't have to sound stupid and have people looking at me dumb if I wasn't saying something right or something like that. Hey, that's not how you say that word in our country, or something like that. Just everybody knows what this is. This is sign language. That's what I tell them.
Pretty universal.
So yeah.
All right, Steve, what about you?
So once upon a time, I could speak Russian, and then I was the liaison to the Russian military in Kosovo for a year, and so I could speak Russian. And then 20 years later, here we are, and I probably couldn't order lunch now. But I would brush up on that. There's a part of me that wishes I could speak Urdu or Farsi for the Afghan, Pakistan conversation, obviously. But then as an anime fan, yeah, I would love to go Japanese now, where it's like, yeah, let's fucking go. So that's me.
All right. What about you, Derek?
I kind of like the Russian idea. I think I like the idea of Russian because covers that whole like beautiful ladies of the northern hemisphere, and that's what you really got to think about anymore.
No, you don't, Derek. You know better. Come on, man.
Well,
Put you
you'd
in
think
a lot
I'd
of
know
trouble.
better, but I gotta keep trying.
Oh man, I think for me, I think Chinese, or something within the Asian culture. I think is something I would really like to check out. Oh, we have
Eric,
one
they
more
would.
that just
Eric,
jumped
they
in
wouldn't.
last
They
minute.
wouldn't if I had Ryan Reynolds' face.
What up, Brian?
What's up, guys?
What up, brother?
How's it going?
Can't complain, man.
Yeah.
We if you had to pick one language besides English to learn, what would you want, man?
Spanish.
Espanol? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Fair enough. I'm kind of being in California.
Killing it over there. Woo! Spanish. All right, good talk.
All right. Well, I think
Oh,
everybody did. Scott, he picked
Sign language.
sign language. That's
Yeah,
right.
that was clever.
That was
Yeah.
a clever one. It was better than all of our answers, I think.
It really was.
But all right, Steve, I know you got to head out of here, man.
Sure.
I really do appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us. And anytime you want to come on, man, come join us.
Right on. All right, gentlemen. Well, y'all have a good one out there. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, we'll see you on the internet.
You do
All
the
right,
same.
brother.
Take care, Steve.
Later,
See you,
guys.
Steve. All right, man. All right, guys. Well, hey, we could play a little bit more of some hypotheticals. We'll go like a couple more. And then since Ryan just joined us,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like
The link again.
like 2 more, 3 more. Yeah, well, that's why I sent it to your phone, bro.
Yeah, I just got it. Literally
Oh.
just
You got Verizon, bro? Taking forever to get there.
Nah, it's Xfinity.
Xfinity.
Yeah, it's
All
on
right.
the Wi-Fi.
All right. Here we go with the next question. If you could pick up one instrument and play it beautifully, which one would it be? And Derek, you can't use guitar.
Damn it.
Because I already know you're going to go with that generic one. So
Yeah,
that's out
you're
of the
right.
question for you.
Damn it.
All right, Ryan, what about you, bud?
I go with the harp. Just different, it's nostalgic,
I could just see you behind one, bro.
In a trance,
For some reason, I could just see you,
Yeah, with like the Halloween costume, angel wings,
Yeah, nice golden one.
Yeah.
Derek, what about you, buddy?
I'm thinking harmonica, man. You know how bad I wish I could just sit there and play the shit out of a harmonica.
Which one is it, Eric? Bugle or
make up your
accordion?
mind.
What'd you say, Derek?
Harmonica, man, for sure.
Harmonica?
Get bluesy, get down with the harmonica. If I can pick that sucker up and actually do something with it other than just play like the thing.
Right.
I'll cover the ballads.
When you're going back and forth.
Yeah, just looking like you're.
I think I got a good tune out of that one right there. That sound.
Yeah, that was it, man.
Good one out of that blow. What about you, Scott?
I don't really know. I'll say guitar because I don't know nothing about playing guitar. After watching all the talented people I've seen in the talented veterans, I guess I should say, that I've seen in the last few weeks or so, I think that's definitely what I'd like to do.
I think, I think I would like to do guitar because I've always liked to do it. My fingers, I feel like, and my patience and everything else kind of don't go well with it all. And I think that so many other people kind of like it. But for me, I think I would like the piano. I would love to be like be able to just play some badass shit on a piano. And I don't know. I think there's so many great songs you can play with on the piano as well.
Oh, for sure.
Shonda says saxophone. All right. Well, that one would be a interesting one as well.
Yeah,
I think I would like to play like the piano because it's one of those solo type of instruments you can play with, and you can actually make a whole, song out of it. And some of these other instruments, you can do that with a lot of like the you can do it with a lot of them, but some of them kind of need backup instruments with them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sure.
And you're limited to what songs you can kind of play on them as well. You know what I mean? That's, I guess, the thing. All right, everybody answer that one?
Yeah, hey guys, I got to roll because my son's practice is
Look
over.
At you,
so
because you're done walking,
right,
bro.
man.
He's like, I'm done walking now.
I timed it out.
Got to drive
it. Be the badass.
I rucked it up all night long, bitches. All right, Scott.
Brothers.
Thanks, brother, man. Have a good one.
Later.
All right. We'll go through two more, and we'll call it. So, if you could teleport to any place on Earth, where would you go first? So, obviously, you can teleport anywhere you want all the time, but where would be the first place that you would choose?
That's a tough one.
That's rough.
I'll go ahead with it. So I think for myself, it would probably be to a different planet.
It's got, you said on Earth.
Yeah, you said on
Did
Earth.
I say on Earth? Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah, you said on Earth because I was thinking a different planet too.
What an idiot. Okay,
But,
well, if it was on Earth, then I think I would want to go to Antarctica. Right off rip, just go there. I kind of want to see what it's all about. It's kind of that forbidden land. Not a lot of people go there. Not supposed to go there. I want to go there. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure, I like it.
And I mean, being that you can just zip on in and zip on out. I mean, it'd probably be one of the first places I would love to check out and just say, I've been to Antarctica.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
Who can say that? Not a lot of people.
No, not with other people at all.
Right. Got to be unique with it.
Probably zip it.
But what if you get there and you're not prepared and then you freeze to death? Then you can't
Then
leave.
I get the hell out of there, bro. I mean, I'll click the heels again. Click
I like
them
this
again.
instant death idea. You show up and you're just like, ah, fuck.
Like, how did I end up in a volcano? Son of a bitch. Like,
And how many
I
other
was supposed to be in this island, and here I am in the volcano. Dead. Gone.
How'd I end up here? Go,
The
go, go.
the last thing you see is other people that thought the same thing just frozen.
You show up in the volcano and you see Golem
You have,
standing there.
you have
with the
just
ring.
enough time to see everybody else frozen. Like, oh no,
Son of a.
Damn.
it's over. Oh, sheesh, that's too funny. All right, so what about you, Derek? Would you
I'd
say
probably hit up Italy, man.
Italy?
I think I'd like to hit up Italy. Go have some fun. Get away from the stressors of life for a little bit and just enjoy myself in old Italy and like travel the wander streets and eat good food, and I think it'd be a good time. I would have fun with that.
It'd definitely be one of the places I would end up at some point in time in my beam me up Scotty point.
Yeah, be
Greece-
careful about Greece. That
Greece
gets
is-
hot too.
I don't know, man. Greece would be cool too. Greece, Egypt, I don't know. Some of those places with some pretty cool landmarks. And
Greece
some
would be sweet.
history, really cool history to it.
You show up
Yeah.
right at the tip of the pyramid. Like, don't have to walk up, just teleport right to the tip of it.
Or you end up right below a statue of someone's penis when you're in the empire. Like the Greece Empire, like whoops.
Yeah,
You
never
show
said-
up, your mouth's
is
just
weird.
on Michelangelo, and you're just like, how'd I end up here?
Right? Like you're like, damn, how did Michelangelo shit end up on my shoulder, bro? Like
Why is it on my face?
I swear this didn't
I didn't mean
Not
to be
right.
here. I didn't mean this.
Yeah. Oh man, goodness gracious. All right, well
I didn't
Ryan,
get.
did you yeah, no, I'm saying Ryan, what about you, bro?
Yeah, so I got two answers. One, if it was this, just to explore stuff randomly, I would just have a globe, spin the map, close my eyes, drop my finger wherever I land. The excitement of not being prepared, and as soon as you touch that location, you teleport there. Or
Straight into the ocean. He's
Straight-
going straight in the ocean.
straight in the ocean, or just into every single bank vault in the entire world.
That's a good idea.
Right?
That's
That's
clever.
a pretty good one.
I mean, you won up the Italian job.
Yeah,
Now
you win.
What was that movie? Can You See Me or Now You See Me or something like that?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, that would be probably my first thing, because then you can just go buy your own jet and then travel around. You won't have to teleport.
You know what else I think would be kind of cool besides Uranus?
Bro,
But
that is the last place you want to be. Trust me right now.
Yeah.
but it would be fun to go like back into like the Amazon or some like foreign place where those tribes who'd never seen anybody from like civilization, you just go in there and be like, hello. Just take a fucking arrow to the dome real quick.
Then you end up like the pet detective, Ace Ventura, and you're sitting there feeling your leg.
Ended up like that fool on Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
all aired up, bro. So yeah. But that was kind of fun, man. Ryan, what do you got going on with Everlasting Veteran? Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that before we get out, man.
Yeah,
Join
so I'm trying to bring on as many diverse guests as possible, to help with veteran community knowledge base on. I don't like diving into politics on my show, just because of that whole realm of arguments with people. It's just annoying. But I do have a congressional candidate coming on, U.S. Marine Corps veteran. And, she's phenomenal. And really helping the veteran community out and stuff. And, her views and stuff align just, with all the rest of everybody in the veteran community and making it better. But just, really trying to get dogs out there. That's the main mission of Everlasting Veteran. Got another service dog going to be donating on or around Veterans Day. Be the second one this year, partnered with another breeder, to be able to get more dogs out there. My goal is at least, 6 a year. But it all comes down to funding. I supply a year's supply of dog food, and the training, 100% free to veterans, so it really just comes down to funding, and how many dogs I can get out there. I got the dogs, and I got a breeder that's willing to commit to, at least 6 dogs a year. So, that's pretty much what I got going on. Just continuing day by day and trying to keep my mind right at the same time, because it can get stressful. And, a lot of people, forget that, I'm a veteran the same way. Like, I go through my moments, and, get those frustrating points in the life and, through your work. And, cause I'm a prideful person. I try to do everything the best I can. And, Brian and I were just talking earlier, and it becomes frustrating sometimes, when there's so much negative pushback, even outside the veteran community.
Absolutely.
What about you, Derek? What's going on with the Shadow Mark podcast?
I think we got a show coming up here Saturday. I'd have to look to see what it is, because I've been having a week, I need to check that. I will be on or People's Patriot Project the 8th as the musician. Me and TJ are working on things now as we speak. We've kind of just been, I've been in, kind of reservation mode right now, but I'm going to start picking things up again. I'm really starting to try to get back on my feet, thanks to the help of you guys and everyone that's been a part of keeping me going. And this Light the Fuse program, they're really helping me out. So it's just, it's been a trip to get back on my feet, but we're going to come back. We're going to start swinging hard again. I'm going to get back on making a video and for an intro and do this big and actually try to be well prepared for it. But, we're excited to get back at it. And TJ, I believe, is going to be working on doing like a home run derby down in Oklahoma. And then we want to kind of be able to donate some funds to Hero Stock and do some stuff for them and make sure we're continue to do good work. But yeah, right now for me anyway, it's just been like get through all the stuff going on in my life right now so I can get back to helping others.
Yeah, man, and it's okay to take time for yourself at times, and you definitely will have a story to tell,
No, always.
and definitely will be able to help folks through their time at some point in time too, man, and
yep.
And it is good to see the community come together, and when, we notice someone's not, doing well, we try to find the help and the resources we can to get them back on the track, so that's what a community and that's what a tribe does.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about what we got going on, man.
Yeah.
Because,
I was going to add to that. I mean, it took me a while to realize that, I got to, make sure that I am 100% myself, and the best version of myself for me first, and then be able to, then I can be 100% for somebody else. Because otherwise, you're going to, and we forget about it, myself included, it's not, I'm not 100% all the time, but when you go to, really truly start to help other people, you gotta at least be there, because it's going to pull you in a different direction. That self-care, that self-maintenance that, we always kind of push off. And we'll take care of it another day. We'll worry about ourselves afterwards, and then it just continues and snowballs, and then we don't do it. And I think that's one of the big issues, I face, is, I try to help so many other people, and then I forget about myself, and it drains you. It brings you down to a dark place and all that kind of stuff. And, then, you feel like you're freaking swimming upwards forever, trying to get out of, the pit that you just dug for yourself. And you're so prideful that you don't want to be like, hey, now it's my turn. Can you, give me a hand, and I've reached that point many times in my life, and it sucks being there. And it took a little bit for me to be like, hey, can you reach your hand down? Let me get up for a little bit, get some fresh air. So,
as a man, sometimes it is,
man,
it is hard to learn the world of being selfish, because, especially when you have kids and a family and stuff like that. But, once you can start to learn to laugh at yourself, to, have a different feeling about yourself, man, it really helps you move forward in life, and it helps clear things up and makes better decisions once you can get there. It's just that matter of time, though, knowing, eventually, like, hey, man, I'm not what everybody else around me keeps throwing mud at me and trying to bring you down and put negative thoughts in your head. You got to be able to build that defense mechanism to know that's just them hating on me at the end of the day, instead of allowing them to tear us down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I just posted this morning, I had this like thought in my head. It's like, let them try to compare themselves to you and just watch them fail, because they're not you. You never know what somebody else is going through. You never know, if somebody's hurting, unless they tell you. You never know if somebody's succeeding, and you can't compare yourself to somebody else because it's not the same life.
No,
and yeah, and if you start doing that comparison, not just with life, but in business and missions and everything else, you're going to fail before you succeed, because if you don't reach that status that you think you have to obtain, that somebody else is obtaining, you're gonna have that false failure, that you're gonna feel in your life that you failed. But realistically, it's because you just can't compare yourself to somebody else or what somebody else is doing.
Right. Exactly.
So,
well, man, I'm glad to see, there's gonna be, dude. Things will turn into a whole different thing for you, brother. I mean, your world will change. It's not always how we start. It's how we finish, bro. You know what I mean? And
right. Exactly.
sometimes our start can be a little muddy, but things get better. What's going on, Catherine? Welcome in. Welcome in. What's going on? We're just hanging out. We're pretty much at the end here, but Ryan, I appreciate you joining in with us, man. You're welcome to come in anytime. I guess I got to do a better job trying to put that in the link so you can get to it.
Yeah,
I know you Army guys aren't as fast as us Marines, so it's okay. You guys just got to learn how to eat some crayons, you know what I mean? And you'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that kind of like smart water? Like it helps.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, think about it.
For the most part.
All right.
Jarheads, helps us out.
I got you.
All right, brother. We appreciate you from coming on, though, Ryan.
I appreciate it.
Much appreciated, guys.
All right, Derek. Well, wraps up another Wacky Wednesday, buddy. Next Wednesday, we'll have another one and some more great guests. And looking forward to it, bud. Have a good
me
week.
too, man. I'm always excited about it. And
always
party
here,
on, man.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. We'll see y'all until next time.
All right, deuces.